Hello, my beautiful and talented people. It's time to figure out what spiritual healing you're experiencing right now. So, do me a favor and pick a pile. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. And then as soon as you've picked, I will move on to pile number 1. So, start out. Pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. It's time to figure out what spiritual healing you're experiencing right now. So I hope you're doing wonderfully. Thank you so much. Ooh, this immediately came out. So you're having a whole overhaul. Which I'm sure, and this was right underneath. So you are going through a great deal of healing right now. You are having to. You have gone through transformation, and what should and shouldn't be there. You're figuring out what should and shouldn't be there. Like what actions aren't right for you, what people aren't right for you. I think some of you are have had to let go of people. Yeah, there's been drama. I think some of this might be internal, but I think that you've come out of situations where it was chaotic. Yeah, you've come out of chaotic situations where people weren't necessarily looking out for your interests. Yeah, they were chaotic. People weren't looking out for your interests. You have the Knight of Swords. So you have to, just forge forward, yeah. As fast as possible. I've also got the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles, if it's about love, it's about being single. But I get a lot of you, the Nine of Pentacles is also about being financially abundant. And I think that you're having to move into financial abundance, yeah. But you had to let go of your previous situation. Yeah, you had to let go of your previous situation. Just the sheer chaos of it. Yeah, the sheer chaos of it was going to make sure it was going to hold you back. And it probably had for a while. Yeah, it had held you back for a while. But I think you're finally willing to make the change, and you're willing to make the change with speed. The Knight of Wands is the fastest. I'm sorry, it's not it's the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the fastest. Knight of Wands is pretty fast, but it's not the Knight of Swords. One thing that to pay attention to, though, is if you're being represented by the Knight of Swords, you need to be consistent. Yeah. You need to, because you may run towards this idea and you may run away just as fast. Now, this idea has a potential to be truly beneficial for you. Yeah, really beneficial for you. However, it's going to require work, as Pentacles do. Pentacles are about work and abundance. Yeah, you have something that you're truly passionate about. You need to follow your passion. And you need to move on from past traumatic situations. This really goes with this one. So you're having a spiritual rebirth. Yeah. And that makes sense. You are transformation. You are transforming on a deep level. This is something that's, you're not just changing one thing, you're changing how you do life. Yeah. And it is for the better, because this is a very beneficial card. This is a card of somebody who has all the stability that they need, everything that they, want. Yes. So I do want to put this with this card, because like death, rebirth, you had to change, you could not stay the same. Yes. And you see the hand of God? You have been judged on what you have done and who you are. And you're having to make, and to say that doesn't mean that you're a horrible person, but it does mean that the things that put you in an unsustainable situation, you're going to have to pay attention to what you can no longer, you can't have it in your life anymore. That option has been taken away. Now you have options. In fact, it's like you have the biggest blank slate. Like you will be able to manifest. Yeah, you are going to be able to manifest. You're going to be able to, yeah. You're going to be able to manifest extreme abundance. Like, you've got the Nine of Pentacles, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. They're all building on each other. Like, the Ten of Pentacles can be wealth that is multi-generational. Like, building things that last longer than you do. I've got the Five of Swords. I think you still need to be aware of sabotage, and I think you need to be aware of your own sabotage. You have this new journey, this new beginning, and in the past you've contributed to the drama, and you're ready to move on from it. But you need to move on from that shadow aspect of yourself, because that is the seed. That is the seed that will take your brand new beginning from you. And you have an ace. That's a brand new start. It's something that you're passionate about. It's something that's going to bring you wealth and comfort. Yeah, definitely wealth and comfort. You have actually had to really dig deep into who you are, because the death card is not trivial. It's not necessarily death, as some people fear, but it is real, and it is final in its own way. Yeah. Right now, I think that the universe intervened to get you on the path you need to be. And you're there. But you can't bring this person along, because while you think you're winning, no one's winning. And who can say that they've never self-sabotaged? But you are going to be able to see it, And you can't give yourself... You can't let yourself justify it. You know, you can't just do it because right now you're tired and it's easy to go back to what you once did. Because you literally have an opportunity for everything you want. It's right there. But the spiritual healing is taking apart the bit that no longer belongs. So I have, again, the Nine of Pentacles. So much abundance is here for you. All of the past things that might have actually kept you from having it are gone. And this is the only remnant. This is the only thing that's between you and what you need. What you need, quite frankly, probably more than you know to ask for. So, I'm getting that you need to go deep inside. And I think you need to do... I think you've done a lot of shadow work. Like, you've gone inside and you've seen a lot of things because you had to confront them because there's been somewhat extreme circumstances. Yeah, somewhat extreme circumstances. And things might not have crashed to the ground fast like the tower, but they ended in an inevitable fashion. Again, you've got Ace of Pentacles, you've got 10 of Pentacles, you've got 9 of Pentacles twice. You have the Ace of Wands. This is something that you're passionate about. This is something that is real. This is something that you're literally spiritually being guided to do. And you're like, what is this thing? And you already know what this thing is. Yeah, you do. Because you've been pushing this direction for a while. It's probably not something that you're comfortable with. No, you're not comfortable with it. It's not maybe where you saw yourself initially. No, maybe not. But you felt the call. You've heard the call. Like, the divine is calling you. That's what the Judgment card is about. They're calling you. They're bringing you into the person that you're meant to be. And you have free will. You absolutely do. But the more you fight it, the harder things are going to be. And I'd like to say that that's not true, but it's absolutely true because you're going to keep getting the same lessons, just with more severity. And, you know, after a while, I'm stubborn, but after a while, even I am like, I'd rather not be dragged. But you will have joy. But transformation, you're in transformation. You have so many cards about transformation. Death is about transformation. The Judgment is about transformation. Aces come to those who are ready for it. Yeah, if you are ready for the new opportunity. Like, there's still things, like, you're still moving on from past drama. But you can't, you can't contribute to that anymore because you're going to get so much more. That's a situation, whatever situation it is, these are situations that aren't for you. Yeah, they're not for you. And you need to take away the component that is willing to engage. Because it's not in your benefit at all. It just, I mean, no matter what you're going through transformation, you're in the middle of it. It's gonna happen whether you like it or not. But how well you fare, and how good of a situation you end up in, no matter what, it's transforming. You cannot keep it the same. That has changed. But how well you do, that is up to you. I will just say that that it is much easier to go with the universe than to always fight it. So what I'm getting from this is the decisions you make right now are going to have, there's going to be longevity in the decisions you make right now. They're going to affect you for a long time. You are coming to a spiritual awakening. You need to trust your intuition. Yeah, there's a greater deal. This is the Athena coin, so a greater deal of wisdom. Maybe even strategy. Yeah, I'm getting strategy because there's a reason why Athena was wisdom and war. I think you're going to have to communicate from your heart. And you're going to have to do things that are the healthy things. Yeah. They may not be the fun thing, you may have to eat your vegetables, whether spiritual or literal. And I'm getting, for a lot of you, it's literal. You have both the lock and the key. Like, your heart is beautiful. It's been closed off, but the key is right here. The key is right here. I've got 2 dinosaurs. So I get for you that there might be a real spiritual bond with someone. I think it's a very old bond. Yeah. Maybe many lifetimes. And on some level, you realize that you just, well, maybe you don't realize that, but you do now. I've got the peacock, and the peacock, well, there's certainly one that will go of haughtiness, and I'm getting that from maybe the Lenormand. Like, don't be unwilling to see your path because you think you're too good for it. It's you may have to start out. Yeah, you're gonna have to start out as a beginner. You're not going to start out already having won the statue. And your pride is one of the things that might make you sabotage things. Yeah. And I don't think pride is inherently bad, but when you use it to the point where you're unwilling to grow, because there's movement. I've also got, this is a double-decker bus, so if anybody has any relationship with Britain, yeah. But, and I think some of you do. That being said, I think there's moving forward, and I think I'm getting almost that you're going to be moving forward with a group of people. I've also got a grandmother charm, so maybe there is a significant grandmother in your life. So again, we got a lot of transformation, and attached to the door, which is also about transformation, it's about moving from one space to another for me. I had Wonder Woman attached, so I think that you have to go inside to find the best part of you, like live in the greatest. You've got to, all right, you're going to win the most by the high road. Yeah, because you do have the low road in you. And, you know, you're not necessarily perfect, and that is part of all of our spiritual developments. But the low road in the long run hurts you. So you're going to have to transition into the long road, into the high road. So I've also got the dragon. So you're very powerful. You're magical. You might be somebody who holds on to things. And I've also got the cowboy hat. Now, this could be a style choice, but I'm not getting that. I think you might picture yourself as somebody who puts on a white hat. And you absolutely can be that person, but you need to accept the portion of you that doesn't reconcile with that. So that when it shows up, when that portion of you shows up, that you can say, this isn't the person that I am. Because we are what we feed. We have both the light and the dark in us, and we have it in all times, and it's not about suddenly, you know, I have all the light. You're both. And that's okay. But if you're feeding, don't feed the dark bits. Because whatever you reinforce, that's what you gave power to. And that's what you're bringing to the rest of the world. So if you see this person of light in you, and we are all light. That being said, you have to feed that portion. You need to accept the other portion. You probably need to comfort the portion that moves away from the light. Yeah, you need to comfort that portion, because that portion is the portion that's been hurt. That portion is the portion that no longer reconciles with the light. And it doesn't reconcile because it needs healing. So instead of hating the portions of you and that aren't perfect, remember the child in you that was so deeply hurt. And it's not an excuse for bad behavior, but paying attention to why and nurturing ourselves in the way that we needed to nurture ourselves so we didn't go on to poor coping mechanisms. And it looks like that's the way to do it. And it's looked like you are well on your way. It looks like you are doing a full, like, when I look at your cards, like when I say it's a clean slate, it's a clean slate. You're being able to begin again in such a profound manner. So be kind to yourself and be kind to others, because it's going to matter. So thank you so much, pile number 1. I really appreciate you. If you like, share, subscribe, do any of those things, I am very appreciative. If you want a personal read, I do those, and you can look in the description below. And if you comment, I'll feel like we're a little bit closer. Thank you so much. We're going to move on to pile number 2. Hello, pile number 2. It is time to figure out what kind of spiritual healing you're experiencing. I just got a really quick flash of the Magician. So maybe you're coming into some kind of manifestation. I think you're actually having to realize that you're always manifesting. Yeah. So you are always manifesting. So I think you need to be careful about what you're thinking about. As does everyone. And don't worry, no one is perfect. Nobody does it right all the time. It's best to think about just doing the right thing most all of the time. Because that'll get you along the way so much easier. So what spiritual healing are you experiencing? Well, there is a... So I have the 2 of Cups, Death, and the 8 of Swords. Now it seems like a significant connection is being transformed, and that is going to lead to victory. Yeah. It's quite possible that there was something significant that it couldn't stay as it was. Yeah, could not stay as it was. So, but... Are you in? You're staying, but I get that whether you stay in this relationship or whether you move on, and some of you are moving on, that no matter what, it's going to be to your benefit. But yeah, transformation is necessary and transformation is going to happen. It's going to happen inevitably. But it may cause a real ending. Now, doesn't mean that there can't be a rebirth after an ending. It's just, death is about change. Death is about real significant change. And you can't have real significant change doing the same thing. All right. And I did get some of you guys were moving on from a relationship, and then I got the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups, that's about walking away from something that is emotionally unsatisfying. Often the Eight of Cups is maybe you're trying to fulfill yourself and this person. Yeah, you're trying to do their job and your job, which helps if they contribute. But you can't do all of it for someone else. There's just not. It gets to a point where it's just too much. So while somebody doesn't have to give you the same kind of thing in reciprocation, there has to be reciprocation. And with the Eight of Cups, often you're leaving because there was insufficient reciprocation. So I've also got the Strength card. The Strength is also an 8, by the way. So it's 8 and 8. So the Strength card, for me, I always read it as personal strength, as coming into yourself, as having the greatest amount of self-control. Because any control of anything outside ourselves is just untrue. We are 100% responsible for ourselves, but we can't control any other human being. And some people are going to prove to be worth our time, and some people won't. I've also got the King of Swords. Are you coming into the King of Swords, or are you is group number 2 meeting a King of Swords? There's going to be a King of Swords. I think this is somebody along your journey. This King of Swords, there is going to be victory with this King of Swords. Is this a different person than the person you're leaving, or have you already left this relationship? Oh, I get that for a good deal of you, that maybe this situation you weren't getting what you were giving and you had to leave because you had to pull your energy back to yourself so that you could heal yourself, because I think there was just a lack of... There was feeling on both sides. Yeah, there was definitely feeling on both sides, but for whatever reason, one person was unable or unwilling, and I get unwilling to put an equal amount into the relationship. And it caused pile number 2 to move on, because that's what I think that's what you needed to do, because there really wasn't any other choice. Like, you had to passionately move forward. This just fell out the bottom. Let's see what's behind it. Yeah. I think you needed to take your passion and joy and move forward into a new beginning and work on your own. Yeah. I think you spent so much time contributing to this person that you weren't taking care of what you needed for you, just because you were. I get a lot of just like, yeah, you weren't taking care of you because with all you were trying to contribute with this situation, it felt like there wasn't even anything left over for you. It left you drained. Yet this King of Swords, is this King of Swords coming back? Okay. So death is about transformation. It could be that this person realized, yeah, I think this person realized that they really valued you. Like this person's kind of cut off from their heart. And I think they really realized they valued you after you no longer were contributing to the connection. I've got the Six of Wands. So again, I've got victory and victory. So if you want this person back in your life, I think that this person had a change of heart. Tell me about pile number two's person. Let's get a little bit more into your pile number two's person, because it looks like they are coming back around. It looks like you have become stronger. You have become more independent. You are going to have victory in this situation. There's going to be passion. Okay, tell me about pile number two's person. Tell me about pile number two's person. Pile number two's person. Got the Page of Cups. The Two of Swords. And the Six of Swords. So I think this person... if you decide to let this person back in, which I get that some of you may not, yeah. But if you do, it doesn't look like this person, at least for some of you, this person doesn't know what they want. They may come forward because they are very physically attracted to you. And I mean, I think they're on the very beginning stages of understanding their emotions. Like there's something that really cut this person off from their emotions, which is probably why it was very frustrating to deal with them in the past, because I get they did not make a decision regarding you. And also Six of Swords. So did they move on to something better? I think you moved on. Yeah, again, so if this person comes back, I would take it very slow. Yeah, take it very slow. Because this person is only just starting to catch up, like starting to like see. And they still have that portion of their minds that says maybe not. Yeah. And you deserve better than somebody who can't decide that they want you. I mean, that's a frustrating place to be. And if you, I get victory. Like, so I think if you want to be with this person, it's going to take a great deal of patience. Yeah. But you also may, and this may not be for all of you, but for some of you, I think this person was there to teach you, this person was there to teach you the strength that you needed. I'm not sure if they're meant to benefit. Like, they might have, and it's not because they're terribly malicious, but they don't know how they feel. They can't understand how they feel. They're that kind of energy, but they want the benefits of being with you. So I think you have brand new opportunities. And for some of you, if you really want this person, you're going to have to take it so slow. Because they have to come around to recognizing you, which they haven't. Yeah. The person who has recognized you is you. Yeah. You know who you are. You have had to deal with adversity and thrive. That love is not wasted. You can still love somebody, but that doesn't mean that they deserve a place in your life. Because you also had to move some of that love to yourself. Because, well, this person deep, deep down, under so many layers, yeah. I think this person does care, but it's underneath almost their perception. Yeah. And that's going to be very unpleasant. So ultimately, I would move on to the new opportunities, because you are got new aces. You got new opportunities. You have become stronger for this connection. You've had to look at yourself and transform. So even if you're still angry at this person, and I get that a lot of you aren't even angry. Yeah. Some of you are, but a lot of you, I think a lot of you just, you really do love this person. And it is their part of the spiritual journey is their part. So if they come back and you really want them back, take it slow. Let them put in. And if they don't, then you know your answer. Yeah. Because they'll learn or they won't. They're not stupid people, but they are kind of disconnected. And you can always send this person love. You can send this person kindness. And there will be victory. But it may just be victory for you. Yeah. Like I get, there's a lot of passionate energy. But I think this person has hid all emotion from you, but I think they've also hid emotion from themselves. Like the mask is on so deeply that they don't even know it's a mask. And it is something you can see, and maybe that's why you deeply love this person, because you can see what makes them individual, what makes them unlike anyone else. And I think regardless of their behavior, this person just brings you true innocent joy. So you got death again. So this situation needs to be transformed. Like, if you want them, it needs to be transformed. And you could just have to do that one step. And that might, I think that they have to, yeah. I think they need to take steps to balance. Yeah, they needed to take steps to balance this. And if you were giving all the energy before, then you can't keep just throwing in energy. Yeah, you keep just throwing in energy and think it's going to suddenly get balanced. You need to take some of it back for you. And I know that this causes some anxiety, but don't panic. There's absolutely still some value. There's definitely value you've gotten out of this situation. But I think you should concentrate on your healing. I think you need to allow yourself to be nurtured. And there's luck. And I get like luck. And then there needs to be an olive branch. But again, if you're the one who is always doing the olive branches, you need to let them do it or not do it. And you need to be okay with if they don't. Yeah. Your heart is beautiful and intricate. Your love is beautiful. But at least right now, I'm getting that loving yourself, which, you know, sounds very cliche, but ultimately giving the nurture to yourself, because you cannot control what this person does. But you can control if you are treating yourself fairly, and treat yourself fairly. Yeah. So I didn't do this for the other deck, but that was not really a love reading. There's this. This person is helping you go through healing. So I'm going to get one or two messages before I leave you. Can I get some messages from your person? Messages from your person. I need to be in control. And I choose you. I think you need to let this person choose you. And I think that a lot of the issues that have gone by have been due to control issues, because I think this person doesn't realize that they can't control anybody but them. And instead they live in the illusion that instead of controlling them, they can control others. Yeah. So they're going to have to release and heal their need to control, so that they can actually really truly choose you. And in the meantime, with the Strength card, you're going to go inside and you're going to be the best and strongest version of yourself. And I think that that's going to require you focusing some of the love and energy towards yourself, not in a, you know, in a way that's egotistical, but in a way that if you had a sister or a brother or a child, how would you want them to treat themselves? How would you want your best friend to treat themselves? You should treat yourself like somebody you care about. And I feel that that is the spiritual healing you're experiencing right now. And I realize I forgot to take this, so I'm going to get you this one last card, and then I'm going to move on to the next pile. It says, be fearless. Whatever fears you have regarding this, well, they're false limitations. Also, and again, you can see and think that there is something you can control here. And there is. But you're the person who you can control. You're the beacon, you're the light. You are the change that you can make in the world. So, be fearless is also about being both spiritually guided and spiritually protected. Just remember that that's what you are. Don't live in those fears, because they're not you. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you like, share, subscribe, comment, I appreciate all of those things. And if you want a personal reading, I do those, and you can check below in the description for my information. In the meantime, I just hope you are happy and healthy and safe, and everybody in your life is happy and healthy and safe. And I'm moving on to pile number 3. Hello, pile number 3. I almost said the wrong pile. So if anybody has a significant number of 4 in that pile, yeah, some of you do. I just didn't go up to 4 this time. But that's a shout out for you, because I did get a little bit of a... So, pile number 3. What spiritual healing are you experiencing right now? What spiritual healing? Oh, well, something came out, so I'll keep going, but what spiritual healing is pile number 3 going through right now? What spiritual healing is... Oh, shoot. That wanted to come. What? Man, you want all the cards, don't you? All right. So immediately, 3 cards came out. You got the 9 of Cups, the 4 of Swords, and the 6 of Pentacles. So I think you see something that you wish and you hope for. There, like you are, like your wishes coming true is a real thing. Like it's there for the asking. There is some healing that needs to be done, and there needs like there has to be like generosity. I think it's possible in the past that you might have held that back. But right now, if you want your dreams, then you have to go inside. Yeah. You're being spiritually guided to go inside and truly look at yourself. I think, so with the Page of Swords, I don't know, there's a little bit of, is there immature? Yeah, I've got some kind of, like, immature energy, but so, like, there's definitely some immature energy, and it's definitely, like, maybe you haven't been able to marshal your thoughts in the way that you need to. Because you've also got the 7 of Cups. So your 9 of Cups is here. Your actual, like, what you want and need is here. But you're so scattered. So I'm getting that your transformation, your spiritual transformation is a lot going to be about refining your focus. And the 4 of Swords is about also inner contemplation, as is, so inner contemplation and healing, minor arcana. Inner contemplation and healing, major arcana. Like, you can have your dreams. You really can. You have to refine your mental and emotional portion. Like, you need to know what you want. Like, there needs to be more laser focus, because right now the mind is a little scattered and the heart is seeing a billion shiny things. But there's something real that you need to go inside to see, because there's a real thing that you can get that is really going to make you happy. It's not going to be money for nothing. Like you have to put in to get out. And I think maybe it's almost like you're willing to gamble because it's not real. Except it is. But it's not real to you. Yeah. I'm getting that for a long time you've just been able to maybe play. And playing's not bad, but you were really out of balance. Again, the Six of Pentacles is about balance. I've got the Queen of Wands. Are you the Queen of Wands? I think there is a significant person in your life. Yeah. They were very attractive, very desirable. Again, I've got the Seven of Cups again. Like it's like Seven of Cups, Seven of Cups. It's like almost like you're willfully not, yeah. There's something that you willfully don't want to see. Like you don't want something to be true. But like I said, you're manifesting. You're bringing things to you. It's just you're bringing scattered and chaotic things to you. But like you could be but your actual like wish come true is here, and you need to focus. And I think this person might, yeah, I think this person could is significant to you, and if they're a love interest, they might, yeah. So I think maybe you've been able to be happy-go-lucky. I think you might be part of your spiritual healing is accepting that there are things that are very serious that need your attention. Like that I think you're already going inside because, like I said, there's contemplation in the major arcana and the minor arcana. But for whatever reason, and maybe it's because things didn't work out well. Oh, okay. You don't want to see how important something was because it did not turn out well. Okay, these just kind of flew out. Five of Pentacles, like somebody was left out in the cold. I don't know if you left the person. Okay, you might have left the person that is very important to you. You might have cut them out of your life. And you may have chose different options. You may have just decided you wanted a party kind of lifestyle. I'm getting a party kind of lifestyle. And again, Nine of Pentacles again. Like, that's the third Nine of Pentacles you got. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the first one you got. I was looking at a different, I was remembering a different reading. Excuse me. I think you definitely just wanted to, I think, be single. Yeah. You wanted to be single. You wanted to party. And I think that you cut this person out of your life. And I think you've come to the realization that this person was a very significant figure in your life that you may not be able to replace. Yeah, so you don't want to see it. So you're really holding the illusions up to your eyes. Because if you lost something that you were meant to have, like if you just, yeah, I get that this person was significant, really significant to you and to your future, and I think you realize that now, but now you're in a pickle. Yeah. All right. Since I'm getting that this is also, yeah, regarding another person, I'm going to get some messages from your person. Pile number 3's person. What do you want to tell pile number 3? Pile number 3's person. What do you want to tell pile number 3? You always know what I like. I like that you take charge. I don't know. This person still has feelings. Yeah, this person still has feelings for you. Pile number 3's person. Like they feel like they can be their self around you. I think at some level they feel, or they definitely felt, I get more felt safe around you. So I think you have the opportunity to see what's in front of you. Because I'm getting the impression that you might lose something that cannot be recovered. Like, if you truly finish closing the door, yeah. I think this will be the person, this will be the one that got away, the person that haunts you. I doubt that they'll know that you cared. Which is ultimately maybe not why we want things to go. I've got strength. For strength, I've got I always get that it's self-mastery. You're already going inside. You're already contemplating. You're already trying to see what's in front of you. I think you are starting to see it. It's like every time you start to see, you do something to distract yourself. But if you stop the distractions, there's going to be your own self-mastery over and beyond, your relationship with this other person. Your own self-mastery is what's going to matter. You are the person you are always going to have to live with. All right, the branch flew out first. Like, I get that there's a real olive branch that needs to happen here. There's healing that needs to happen here. This connection is good fortune. Like, this connection will bring you good fortune. It's an interesting interaction. Like I had a cat, and it was like literally riding the little daughter charm. Maybe one of you has a daughter. I mean, if this is a familial reading, you could be cut off from a daughter. Like, you could, like, if this is a love interest, if this is not a love interest, but instead, for some of you, there's a family member, a female family member that you, that perhaps you were, looking out, all that glitters was gold, but maybe we're not nurturing the relationship you needed to. I get that this relationship requires nurture, and I get that this person, is somebody that has a great deal of love for you. I've got daughter Iha, and there's a cat. So your daughter could have a cat. Your love interest could have a cat. Yeah. And sometimes I get inconsistent affection, but I feel like there might actually be a real cat. Yeah. There's 3 stars. Like, is this a family? I'm not necessarily getting for everybody that this is a family situation, that, maybe you have a daughter with someone. I get that there's a great deal of hope. I get that there's, family here. And comfort. Also get grandmother. Like, there's a heart and a grandmother. So, like, I think somebody in this connection really needs to connect with their, female family. Like, really, I think that whether it's a grandmother, a daughter, I think you might already be close, but I think that there's a significant amount of closeness that needs to happen. Like, I feel like there's fences that need to be mended. And I've got the dragon. Dragon is somebody who's magical, somebody who's powerful. I think with pile number 3, it's a lot about understanding that not all that glitters is gold. To paying attention to the people in their life. Yeah. And that there's people in pile three's life that will really, it will make your life better to invest in them. I think maybe there's been some disconnect, but I'm getting like strengthening bonds and paying attention to what's actually really important. And this is going to require you to go deeper, and you already are. But don't forget the step of reaching out, because I feel this pile really needs to reach out to people in their life, that it's actually really significant and important. So I want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate you, pile number 3. If you appreciate my readings, I appreciate you. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. And if for any reason you want a personal reading, I do those, and you can check below in the description. So thank you. I hope you are okay and doing well, and I hope everybody in your life is. And thank you. I deeply appreciate you, and I hope everything goes wonderfully for you.